Hey, this is Nick Stout with The Verge, and we're checking out 1-2 Switch. It's one of the launch games for Nintendo's new Switch console. Think of 1-2 Switch as a spiritual successor to Wii Sports. It's a game that revolves around motion control, and it gets you up on your feet and moving around. It's essentially a collection of mini-games that both showcase the Switch hardware and frame how Nintendo hopes people will use the new console. It's comprised of 28 minigames that pit you against one other opponent in a series of different physical activities. The key to the whole experience is the Joy-Con controller. It has a bunch of pretty sophisticated tech inside that let it do things like motion control, object detection, depth sensing even. The controller also has something called HD Rumble that lets it basically mimic different physical sensations, so it can act like a wooden box with a different number of marbles inside, or it can be a glass being filled with water. In 1-2 Switch, each player takes one of the two controllers and they face off not by looking at a screen, but by looking right into each other's eyes. The whole point is to pay tribute to the kinds of games that can only be played in the same shared physical space, kind of like playing cards, for instance. For Nintendo, which is over 120 years old and got its start making playing cards, this is a core function of its DNA. Among the activities you can do are your standard motion control games, so like table tennis, sword fighting. There's even like a Wild West duel game. But then there are very weird, bizarre other mini games you can play. There's a dance-off game. There's even a game where you pretend to be a model walking down the runway, scoring style points against your opponent. The weirdness only escalates from there. 1-2 Switch is a game where you milk a virtual cow's udder. It also has one where you hold the controller right near your mouth and mimic eating as many sandwiches as you can. It's an eating contest against another opponent. These games are designed to appeal to a wide range of ages, from little kids all the way to grown adults. And Nintendo is not shying away from describing this as a party game. That means you could probably play it and have a lot more fun if you have maybe 1 or 2 drinks in you as well. The one thing you're going to want to remember with 1-2 Switch is the wrist straps for the Joy-Con controllers, because these games tend to get quite physical.
Nice.